Apart from that, he also said many people didn't expect it.
And that is indicating a vendetta.
Nigerians have seen him to be part of this hardship they are going through. And Nigerians, even as I'm standing here, like what you said, I buy into it. We need people on the street. We have never seen an instance where a government goes to the street to pick people that can be useful to that government. If you go to National Assembly, all those men there, they are all criminals. Capture me, right? They are all criminals.
If they carry people from the streets.
If I had my way, we don't even need them. Because nobody is there in the interest of the common man. Even when you see them disagree, they will still re-agree. Okay, I saw today that Buhari is applying for a loan of 800 million
and it's on its way out, and they want to approve
this it. This is a man
for what?
Let us borrow from Jonathan. When Jonathan lost the election, APC was on his neck that he shouldn't sign anything again. He should not to talk of borrowing money. And even if Tinubu thinks that he is coming to repair Nigeria, when he was part of the problem Nigeria has, nobody will take him serious. Myself standing here, it's not as if he may not be able to do one or two things, because by his antecedents, many of us know him. We know him. I don't want to say how I know him. But if you were part of what never worked, and you never criticized it extremely to show that you differ from what they did, and then you now came and said you will make it a change, nobody will take you serious. You understand? So it's painful to me. My concern is that we have an electoral act that spells out the conduct of the election. Let us leave God out of it. Because even if you go to the scriptures, there is democracy too in the scriptures, where God said people should be appointed and they voted. Yes. I hear people use the whether proverb or whatever, that the voices of the masses are the voice of God. Yes. So how come the masses have said this is the person we want, and God will just bring somebody from nowhere? And they cried unto him, they prayed unto him. Me, I said it before that if I were Tinubu, I would have used my money to develop Southwest. But here he is, yes, here he is, forcing himself on Nigerians and making it look as if everybody is a fool, the way the whole thing is going. The court of appeal is there sitting. The man traveled out when he should have come to tell Nigerians who he really is, based on the petitions and allegations against him. The man just zoomed off. In my own
he don't pay for the court.
In my own take, what he's saying is that
the nation.
Yes, he don't pay.
Don't matter anything to him.
What you are doing is doesn't concern me. He has already settled the court. According as far as he's concerned. That's the mindset. That's how he wants to show.
The places we borrow democracy, is that what they practice? If what we are practicing is not a complete metaphor of the ideology of democracy, is absurdly saying that we are not practicing democracy. If you ask me, I will tell you Nigeria is not a democratic nation. Now let me tell you, both in African Union and the world that endorsed democracy, that is now being copied, I am keeping in my word to say that any country that subscribes to the practice of democracy and does not allow the tenets of democracy, such a country should be removed from maybe the committee of those nations, because the world is laughing at Nigeria. Oh, we are practicing democracy, and one man has become a demagogue. He has made himself a god. Even if Tinubu wants to rule Nigeria, let him follow what is democratically procedural, not to flaw, that is turn everything upside down. I want to rule Nigeria. Now Nigerians are talking about courts. What is the court, or are the courts going to do? I feel disappointed, and I've challenged so many lawyers that thank God I didn't read law. But also thank God and kudos to some lawyers that came out and told Nigerians that as it is spelled out in the constitution, 2/3 of so number of states and FCT lawyers are telling us that word "and" does not matter, that it doesn't refer to somebody having 25% votes from the FCT. So what they are telling all of us is that
we can be treated with like other states.
We didn't go to school. I went to school. I'm a lecturer. I studied English.
Very well, English.
And I'm an editor. You cannot tell me that "and" is exclusive of what is required as a requirement or a prerequisite to the very demand of the Constitution. And from the beginning, Tinubu has brought very shady this thing about himself. You know, I hear people say, if you stand where the media is, you talk against him, they will come and carry you. Nobody should. Is that democracy or tyranny or autocracy, whatever you may call it? This government, as far as I'm concerned, is kakistocratic. We are not getting it right. Nigerians want to get it right. It's not about Tinubu, it's not about P2B. Nigerians want to get it right. A situation where somebody who didn't go to school, they are doing a NDLEA recruitment now. Somebody from somewhere will send in 20 names. All those criminals that are appointed into the House of Reps and Senate, they will bring in their list. That means that the common man has no this thing in this country.
No opportunity.
He has he's not recognized. They travel abroad, they see that if you don't have a job, the government pays you. Social welfare, all those things. What they only copy are those taxes, VAT, all those things. They come and put it on Nigerians. And then all the money they are borrowing, they are not accounting for them. Let me tell you what my mind told me. I may be wrong. Why APC is forcing Tinubu on Nigerians is to come and cover the money they have stolen. Because I heard somebody did, I think it's Senator Shehu Sani, that Nigeria has borrowed 77 trillion.
Yeah, that's the debt profile of Nigeria.
So,
that is
no, I know. 77 trillion. What is the budget of this country? Where are we getting the money? Telling you what my opinion is. You understand?
Yeah.
What I'm saying is that how can a country that is generating, let me say, less than 10 trillion, you understand? Say 10 trillion. The country has borrowed 77 trillion. Where are we going to get the money? The cost of governance, both from in the National Assembly, look at the money that is allocated to these people. You know, it's even more than capital projects. What I'm saying is that if where we are getting the money is not giving us as much as we are borrowing, why don't we, if possible, look away from that and think of how Nigeria can really generate money? Are we generating money in this country? All these young people you see on the streets could have been very useful if you put them to work. And you know that some of those senators, some of those House of Reps members, people brought very, very good ideas that would have led to the employment of these youths. They would, you know, just throw it under the, because the people have come, or maybe there is an agency that does not want this other agency to come out of it. That agency will go and bribe that senator. Is he there to represent people? The answer is no. They are not representing us. As far as I am concerned, those people, if we had a way, we should close it. We should think of something better.
Round up, sir.
You understand? So please, gentlemen, sorry, I am just not happy about this country. Sometimes when it is like this, I bear out my mind the way I feel and the way it is.